Welcome back into HQ Spotlight on this Friday. So the world has been waiting to find out where that guy, potentially the best look. Some people already say he's the best baseball player of all time. Shohei Ohtani finally leaving the Angels, but where will he land? Could it be back with the Angels? Is it going to be with the Dodgers? Today there's rumors about him going to Toronto. What do we know? We heard that we can't say the name of his dog because his dog name is one of the teams he's possibly interested in, maybe the Dodgers. Look, I'm tired of all this. We're going to get some answers right now from one guy in particular, our MLB Insider Jim Bowden, joining us. Jim, you put out a tweet a little while ago telling everybody, calm down, because we don't have an answer yet. What can you tell us about Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, so I've talked to the clubs that are still involved in the Ohtani sweepstakes, and the three teams, the Dodgers, the Blue Jays, and the Giants. I mean, the Cubs are still technically alive. The Angels are still technically alive, but everything has pointed to the Dodgers, Blue Jays, and Giants being the last three teams that are left standing here. I've talked to sources of mine from each of those teams. They tell me that no announcement is imminent and that he has not made his decision yet. And his representatives have told me that the negotiations are ongoing, and that's where it stands. So, you know, that doesn't mean something couldn't happen over the weekend, but we are being told the process continues. Now, I felt all along that he would end up going back to the Los Angeles Dodgers. If he doesn't go to the Dodgers, I feel it will be the Blue Jays. I don't think the Giants can sell to Ohtani the fact that they have a pathway of getting him to the postseason, which is what he really cares about the most with his next team more than anything else. The Dodgers, I think, Amanda, check all the boxes better than any team. They have a long history of winning. They have great leadership. They have the resources to continue winning. They have the geography. They have the farm system. They have the research and development program. They have everything really that fits the best for Shohei. But I will say this, I think Toronto has a shot here. And I think they're willing to commit between $500 and $600 million to make this work. I think he was very intrigued in his visit to Dunedin, the Blue Jays spring training complex. He was very intrigued by their research center down there. And there's some technology the Blue Jays have that no one else has. And I think that really impressed him. So I think they're still in it legitimately, but we'll see how this plays out. But I can tell you within the last hour, I have learned he has not made a decision and the decision is not imminent. So don't stay up tonight waiting for it to happen. If you want to go to Art Basel tonight, you certainly can do that, Amanda.
Well, only if you're in Miami, like you, and a fancy place. And doesn't Shohei Ohtani have a friend he played high school baseball with on the Blue Jays? Is that right?
Yusei Kikuchi, who they're reporting as reserved 50 people table at a sushi restaurant by Rogers Center. Yes, but we have not connected yet that has anything to do with Shohei Ohtani. But yes, I did see that report out there.
Okay, we're going to keep our eyes on it. Everybody follow Jim Bowden on his Twitter account or X. I don't even know what we're supposed to be calling it. Hey, let's talk about the Yankees here. They get Juan Soto. We've talked about that a lot. But Brian Cashman said we're not done yet. What else do we need to see for the Yankees in order to get back into the win column?
Okay, so I talked to both Brian Cashman, the GM, and Aaron Boone, the manager, and they are expected to meet with Yoshinobu Yamamoto and his agent, Joel Wolfe, from Wasserman on Monday in New York. That is their number one free agent target. How badly do they want him? Well, Brian Cashman got on a plane this year to Japan personally with Omar Minaya, one of his assistants, and the game he went to, Yamamoto threw a no-hitter right in front of him. The Yankees, who are short on numbers to give to players because so many retired numbers there, did not give out number 18 this year to any player. Why? Because Yamamoto wears number 18 and they've been saving it for him. Now, the Yankees, Amanda, have a lot of competition in Yamamoto, and their best competition, from what I'm being told, is right next door in New York with the New York Mets. Owner Steve Cohen and his president and GM David Stearns, they flew to Japan a couple of weeks ago to meet with Yamamoto in person. But look at this list of teams. All of them are in on Yamamoto. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Dodgers, Braves, Rangers. I have confirmed all 6 of them have been talking with Wasserman regarding Yamamoto. So it's going to be interesting to see where this plays going forward. But I'll tell you one thing, the Yankees are all in on him. They're also, by the way, in on relief pitcher Jordan Hicks. And they feel like if they were to miss out on Yamamoto, instead of pivoting to another free agent starter, they might decide to just build up the bullpen instead. And Jordan Hicks is one of those guys that they are targeting. And remember, he's healthy now, and he's back throwing 102 miles an hour.
Going back to Yamamoto, 25 years old, top pitching prospect out there. Expand a little bit on him, but I'm also curious. I mean, are we looking at a two-horse race potentially between the Yankees and the Mets? You mentioned all of those other teams here. I mean, how big of a sale are we about to see for teams trying to land this guy?
Yeah, I think they're going to wait until Ohtani signs and see if that helps Yamamoto's market. Let me give you an example. If the Dodgers were to lose out on Ohtani, then they're going to quickly pivot, and Yamamoto is going to be their next target, and that perhaps could change the value of him in free agency. You know, when Yamamoto's free agency started, I was being told by teams that he'll probably end up in the $200 to $210 million range, and then about a month later, I was hearing $230 to $250. Well, last week when I was in Nashville, they were telling me that this may end up in the $280 to $300 million range before it's all said and done. And as you mentioned, 25 years old, ridiculous command and control of his pitches. He works north, south, east, west in the strike zone, keeps it in the zone, keeps hitters off balance. And how many times have we seen a 25-year-old top of the rotation starter in free agency? Not very often. That's why he's the number one targeted pitching free agent in the marketplace, and that's why he's going to get paid a yummy sum.
You mentioned that the Mets are interested in him. We're also hearing the Mets, if they don't land him, and again, now we're waiting for dominoes to follow Ohtani, then Yamamoto, and now we're hearing if the Mets don't get him, they could be interested in Blake Snell. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, look, once Yamamoto goes, then all the focus will be on both Blake Snell, who won the NL Cy Young Award, and Jordan Montgomery, the left-handed pitcher with the Rangers, who helped them win a world championship and pitch great on the biggest stage. We are hearing that the New York Mets will be prepared to pivot to Blake Snell if they lose out on Yamamoto, and that could be a good thing for Blake Snell because his market, unlike that of Yamamoto and Montgomery, has been relatively quiet this winter, kind of unexpectedly based on the great year that he had. The San Francisco Giants are another team that we've heard connected with Snell. But I think if you're Blake Snell, and he's represented by Scott Boras, I think if the Mets miss out on Yamamoto, I think that is a definite, logical, and quick fit for New York.
Other big arms that could be traded out there, guys like Tyler Glasnow, Corbin Burns, Shane Bieber, Dylan Cease. Anything we need to know about these guys? Could you see one of them, maybe more than another, get moved?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny when you're at these winter meetings. Of course, I have relationships with all these GMs and managers. I've known them all for years, and so you do get the inside information. So I'll quickly go through the names you just gave me. Tyler Glasnow is going to get traded by Tampa Bay. So I can't tell you where he's going to go, but they are talking to the Atlanta Braves about him. They have talked to the Cincinnati Reds about him. They had a lot of conversations with the Cubs about him. I think their best fit to trade him would be the Orioles, but I don't think they're going to trade him in division, which makes sense. So probably going to trade him to a National League team. Texas has also kicked the tires on him as well. Corbin Burns, as of today, I don't think he's going to be traded, at least between now and opening day. I think there's a shot he's traded in July instead. It seems like they didn't like the offers they were getting with Burns, or certainly not anything close enough to inspire them to move. And they wouldn't mind trying to make a run at this thing in 2024. And if they trade him, it's going to be hard to get back to the postseason without him. So I think he could stay. Dylan Cease, they were negotiating for a while, and they got serious with a couple of teams. And then all of a sudden they pulled back. And I think they've strategically decided that they wanted to wait until Yamamoto and Snell and Montgomery all found new homes before they go back to the trade market. I think eventually he does get traded. Remember, if he's traded, there's 2 years of control for him rather than the 1 year that Glasnow and Burns have. And then finally, Shane Bieber, the Guardians have listened not only on him, but on closer Emmanuel Clase. But I have heard that teams are hesitant on Bieber because of his past health risk. So they might not be able to get the trade that they're looking for with Bieber, although they may end up packaging him with Clase to make a deal work a little better for them. But there's no doubt the trade market is heated up, and it is fun to watch.